All right, everybody. Welcome out and happy Wednesday, happy New Year, and happy 2026. I'm not going to be on camera tonight, so I'm just going to apologize ahead of time. I am out and about in the world, traveling around, but I had to pop in here tonight for tonight's Tipsy Advisor workshop onboarding call. Guys, we hold these calls every week at Wednesday. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can register by going to tinyurl.com/Tipsii Advisor. And tonight, we are going to be going over the Tipsy opportunity to pop in as a 1099 advisor in its entirety from start to finish. Guys, if you haven't heard, Tipsy is a highly vetted, highly skilled group of entrepreneurs and leaders that are taking the country by storm to take advantage of the tip credit partners. With over 2,500 filings submitted in 2025, we are positioned for 2026 to tap into a tax filing that is not currently being taken advantage of for 91% of businesses that qualify. Tonight, we're going to be going over not only the opportunity to become an advisor with Tipsy, but we're also going to be going over the onboarding and how you can get started tomorrow, hitting the streets, hitting your local restaurants, hitting your local community to be able to help restaurants recover funds that they had no clue was left on the table. So I want to welcome everyone out. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you were invited by a leader, whether you applied directly, or you were referred to by somebody that you trust, this is a workshop that's designed to give you a clear, practical understanding of the Tipsy Advisor role. This is not a sales call. This is not a hype presentation. This is a true onboarding workshop similar to what you'd see when joining a professional organization. Now, look, by the end of this session, you should have exactly what you need to know what a Tipsy Advisor does, to know what the role is and what the role is not, and how the system works end to end, as well as how to get set up properly if you decide to move forward with us. Now, guys, I want you to know, who is Tipsy? Why does it exist? As I mentioned, my name's Brian. I'm one of the founders of Tipsy. I'm actually on here with another one of the founders, Mr. Eric Melissa. Our other founders aren't on tonight. But we are a group of entrepreneurs that's focused on helping people and individuals reclaim their sovereignty by making significant financial freedom. We've been doing it for years. We've been doing it for decades. We've been involved in a lot of different opportunities, but the Tipsy opportunity is one we're super excited about and one that resonates really short and simple, close to my heart. Why? Because for 20 plus years, restaurants were my jam and food and beverage establishments were all I used to work within. I managed teams of up to 200, 300 people. I've helped open up restaurants all up and down the Eastern United States of America. And one thing is always common, especially for the restaurants and the food and beverage establishments that are starting up. And that is anywhere you can save money, anywhere you can get money, anywhere that you can find a way to inject your business is going to be a huge help. And not only is Tipsy going to be a huge help for the restaurants and the businesses that we help file, but it's also going to be a huge potential help for your paycheck and for your pocket as you start to bring these filings on board. Now, look, guys, right before the Christmas break, we were ringing in right around 100 to 150 filings a day. We're back up around 100 filings a day here in the new year after the first, and there's no stopping this momentum. Advisors are going to be hitting the streets all over the country. We've got teams in Florida, California, Massachusetts, Nevada, Ohio, and many more that are coming online over the course of the coming weeks. So let's talk about this. At its core, Tipsy exists to solve a very specific problem. There's a legitimate IRS tax credit, and it's called the FICA Tip Tax Credit. And that applies to any food and beverage establishment that has tipped employees. Despite being a long-time standing program, the vast majority of eligible restaurants have never even claimed this, as we've mentioned. And it's not because they don't qualify, but it's actually because they're just completely unaware of it. There's over 2,000 tax filings that any given business can file for. And at Tipsii, we've partnered with Tip Credit Partners and the CPAs to help this filing take place and to help the restaurants file for this, not just annually, but being able to go back in arrears 3 years and claim a really big refund check. And that's where we come into play. A lot of times restaurants don't really have a clear, simple path to file. And a lot of restaurants kind of have DIY approaches when it comes to how they handle their finances. See, Tipsii's partnered with Tip Credit Partners, who has a licensed CPA team. They've been in the business for a while. They've already helped businesses process billions of dollars in various different initiatives outside of this current initiative with the FICA Tip Credit. And we've already helped tens of millions on the way from the IRS headed to us. And tonight we're going to go in to show you guys how you, as a Tipsii advisor, if you choose to come on board with us and work this role, can benefit. All right, guys, so let's go over the advisor role. Really clean, clear cut, what it is, what your responsibility is. Because as a Tipsii advisor, your role is intentionally really simple. It's probably one of the easiest roles you'll ever get. You simply speak to restaurants. You explain the existence of the FICA tip credit. You explain the high-level process of what they need to do. And you connect interested businesses directly into our CPA intake process, track your submissions in your back office, and sit back and wait for the filing to come back. It's that simple. What advisors are not doing is you're not giving tax advice. You're not estimating refunds outside of using our handy dandy calculator. You're not interpreting any tax laws. There's not really that much of a learning curve to get over. You're not preparing any filing of documents, and you're not representing yourself as a licensed CPAs. All the tax work is handled by Tip Credit Partners and the CPAs, and this protects the compliance. This protects you as an advisor, and this makes your job really easy. So I kind of want to go into the whole overview, guys. Right now, we're on the tipsii.co webpage, but we also, as mentioned here, we're powered by Tip Credit Partners. And here we are. Tip Credit Partners powers Tipsii. Let's talk about the advisor role first, though, before we go over there and what it means. So guys, if you go to tipsii.co/advisor, our website is still under construction slightly, but it's been making improvements daily thanks to our team. So forgive us if some of the buttons don't work here, but I really just want to keep it simple. As we mentioned, you're reaching out and our CPAs are doing the rest, but I really just want to talk about the commission. I want to talk about the potential, and I want to talk about what's in it for you guys. Right? Because with any job, I don't know about you, but I've always hated when things are a little vague in terms of how much you can make, or when dealing with commission jobs, things are over-promised and under-delivered. But I want to be really clear here, guys. As a Tipsii advisor, your ability to make 6 figures has never been easier in any role that you've ever had, because you're going to earn a commission off of each filing that goes through our restaurants. Right now, we're averaging right around $52,000 per filing. And our CPAs are doing these filings for free for the business owners. They're doing them for free up front, no cost. I shouldn't say for free. They're doing them pro bono for the business owners. Up front, there's no cost to the restaurants. There's no obligation to the restaurants. I'm going to show you what the process looks like. It's nice and easy in a little bit here. But this is a very simple, clear-cut process, and it takes about 15 minutes to get your businesses enrolled. And on average, we're getting businesses $52,000 back. Who here agrees that an extra $52,000 in the hands of a restaurant owner could actually significantly change that business? Whether it's a new piece of restaurant equipment, whether it's a new fridge, whether it's marketing to hire new staff, or just helping pay the bills, right? $52,000 is a significant refund check back. And that's what we're seeing so far with the over 2,500 filings that have come through. So once that filing is received and the refund comes back to the restaurants, that's when our CPAs are taking their cut. It's a 30% filing fee. So in the example of the average restaurant filing, our CPAs would be taking around $15,600 of that 52. And our advisors are earning an average of 5% commission on that 30%, which means that's $780 per filing. Now, these are just averages, guys. So I really just wanted to showcase what an average filing looks like for a Tipsii Advisor. The potential here is really up to you. What's great about the advisor role is it's flexible. You can work part-time, you can work full-time, you can go balls to the walls, you can team up with your friends and bring them in as advisors and hit different towns. Whatever your strategy is, the sky is the limit. But you guys can see here with just 4 filings a month, the average filing being 52,000, as an advisor, you could make an extra $3,120 if they were all just average filings of 52,000. Or let's say you're ambitious, 12 filings a month. That's just 4 per week. Actually, sorry, that's 3 per week. 4 per week would be 16. Just 3 filings a week, guys, with the average filing being 52,000. You're talking an extra $9,360 per month. You just cracked a 6-figure income. Or let's say you're feeling ambitious. You're getting 20 filings a month. Just 5 filings per week. That would put an extra $15,600 in your pocket per month off of just 5 filings a week. 1 per work day. Take the weekends off. The restaurants are busy. They don't want to talk to you as much anyways during the weekends. But you can go in the restaurants during the weekends too, because that's also when the owners and the managers tend to be present. But guys, most advisors are able to really achieve this with not that much effort. And I wanted to say, as I mentioned, I've worked jobs where they overpromise and underdeliver. This is not overpromising and underdeliver, because although $52,000 is the average filing, we've gotten as high as 1.3 million back for a Texas Roadhouse, to be specific, for a filing. And I don't know if you guys can do some quick math on that, but our Texas Roadhouse that got $1.3 million back, our CPAs took their 30% filing fee. That's $390,000, of which the advisor that submitted that filing is going to make a whopping $19,500 commission off of one single Texas Roadhouse. That's more than 20 average filings worth of commission off of just one single submission. So guys, as an advisor, the potential is in your hands. Tonight's onboarding workshop is first and foremost, as we go on here and as we begin to scale, this is going to be where a lot of our applicants that are coming through places like Indeed, LinkedIn, our leaders that are going to be taking applicants, and our managers in the field are going to be sending applicants here. And the real purpose of this call is to get you onboarded, get you equipped with the tools that you need to get started, get you plugged in so that you can be ready to rock and roll, as I said, tomorrow, to go out and hit the streets and claim your 20 filings a month. Who's ready to claim their 20 filings a month? Because I don't know about you, but it's never been as easy. If you've ever done solar sales, door-to-door sales, I used to work for Verizon Fios back in the day. And the average commission I made on that was like anywhere from like 50 to $100. There's never been a easier door-to-door sales position where you can make $780 a filing. I mean, solar maybe, but solar is a huge investment for the homeowner. Guys, this is a free tax filing that our CPAs are doing pro bono, and there is no risk to the business owner. It's just the risk of filling out a 15-minute intake process. So guys, let's chime on in and tap on into it. The first thing you're going to do when you come on board as a Tipsii Advisor after applying, of course, after filling out an application, is you're probably going to go through an interview with a leader. If you did go through an interview, that's probably what landed you here on the onboarding call. If you are one of our existing advisors, good to see you. We're going to be starting our advisor training calls that will be happening twice weekly, starting at the end of January. And you're going to want it to plug into those training calls because those training calls are going to go over how to expertise or how to gain expertise within your role. They're going to go over role playing. They're going to go over sales approach, objection handling, and all different topics. Those are coming at the end of January as we begin to scale up teams of advisors all over the country. But I want to go into the Tip Credit Partners website real quickly here, guys, to just kind of show you a little bit about what the business owner has as an experience. So as a Tipsii Advisor, you've got the ability to calculate a refund for your businesses, right, with this handy dandy calculator. And that's a tool that you're going to be using all the time. It's definitely a tool that we've already been using all the time. There's nothing more powerful than just sitting a business owner down and saying, you know what? Let's just put some numbers real quick. How many restaurants you own? One of the great things about restaurant owners is oftentimes they own more than one location. How many servers do you got? Guys, with the FICA tip credit, this is a tip tax credit. So the more tips that an establishment has, the more money a business will get back. So you want to go after the full service restaurants, although the cafes and the Dunkin' Donutses and the Starbucks of the world are also qualified. The more tips, the better. So let's just, for sake of example, put in here, 20 servers that are full-time. You put in your average server income. That's probably about right for the country. How many hours did they work a month? 40 hours a week, 160, right? What percent of their tips is income? What percentage of their income is tips? And what's the wage to the server? Is it $10? Is it $11? It doesn't really matter. As you can see, the calculator is not really changing much. It only matters if it's under $5. That's when things matter. So if you're in a state where the tip wage, or should I say the server wage, is under $5, that does affect the calculator a little bit. But as you can see here, guys, on average, if a restaurant just has 20 full-time servers, they're going to receive around $100,000 back. That's a pretty significant refund. So let's talk about the tools that you get as an advisor coming in. Once your leader onboards you officially by getting you access to your back office and your client portal and your CRM, you're going to be able to log into a dashboard, and this is where you're going to be tracking your intake for all of your clients. These businesses are your clients, and this is where you manage your clients. This is the portal that's been put together by our partners, Tip Credit Partner, right? And this is your first step. Of course, you're going to fill out the agreement. As a 1099, you're responsible for your own taxes. You're going to fill out the agreement. You're going to sign the agreement. You're going to go through the onboarding process where you put in your name, your information, your address, all the things you would do normally whenever you start a job. And then after you do that, you're going to get access to this dashboard. You're going to get access to this portal and this CRM to manage. If you guys don't know what a CRM is, that's a client relationship management software. And this is where you're going to be doing all of your fancy work, right? This is where you're going to be able to monitor your clients. I didn't put any clients in here for testing, but we will. That's part of tonight. This is where you're going to be able to get knowledge. One of the areas, we've also created some great resource hubs. I'll go over those in a bit. But more importantly, this is where you're going to be able to send people the direct information that they need to get registered. Whether you want to send them directly to the sign-up page because you've had a conversation with them and they're ready to go, you're going to send them this link, or you're going to email this link over to your prospective clients. And I'm going to show you guys tonight how easy it is for a business to get registered for the FICA Tip Credit. So guys, once you have a conversation with the restaurant, it's so simple to get them enrolled here. Let me show you what it looks like. So let's see. Good Burger. Just watched Good Burger the other night. That sounds fun. So let's say Good Burger's getting signed up for the tip credit. They're interested. They're like, hey, sure, sounds good. You have to be talking to business owners, guys, or somebody that has the authority to make a decision for the business owner. So oftentimes, you're going to be emailing this out because you had a conversation with the general manager, or you had a conversation with a shift manager.
Happy New Year, bro. Good to see you, man. Yeah.
We could just mute real quickly there. That'd be great. Cayenne. Bam. All right. It's going to put in a number here. And it's just asking for basic information, guys. Ready? We'll just go Bill Smith, email billsmith@gmail.com. Password, we'll just enter something here. And continue. Now, guys, this is probably the most time-consuming part of the process when it comes to any client enrolling in the FICA Tip Credit. This is the service agreement. Just goes through what the fee is, right? 30%. It goes through how those payments will be dispersed. Goes through how they'll receive the refunds. It goes through representation, covenants, and all in all, this probably takes the most, as I said. It probably takes about, a good 15 minutes to review this. After they're done reviewing it, they'll just click here. It'll auto-populate a signature for the restaurant and the business owner. And that's it. They click sign form. Submit. After that, it's going to take them to this page. We've got a new video. Let's check it out.
Your refund is just a few clicks away. Before we get started, let's quickly walk through why we need certain information and how we keep it secure. Security is our top priority. We use bank-level encryption end-to-end. Your data is never sent by email. Everything is protected in a secure portal and is never shared or sold. And your information is only used to verify your identity, to pull your IRS transcripts, and to file your tip tax refund. So what do we need? First, your EIN and business address. This is required to claim the specialized Section 45B tip credit for your business and tie the refund to the correct entity. We also need your Social Security number for two reasons: to verify your ownership of the entity with the IRS, and so the IRS can issue your cash refund and deposit it correctly. Here's what happens next. On the next page, we'll autofill the IRS Form 8821 for your e-signature. This standard form allows our CPAs to view your IRS transcripts and calculate your refund. This is a standard procedure. It doesn't authorize filing, bank access, or changes. Simply review and sign the pre-filled form without making changes. Remember, there's zero upfront cost. Our handling fee is only paid from the actual IRS refund going to your bank account. Go ahead and complete the fields now. When you click on Continue, you'll be able to review and e-sign the form. This allows us to calculate and file your refund right away.
Super simple, explains why we're gathering certain information. As the video mentioned, security is the #1 priority. These guys are very encrypted. So the business owner is going to put in their EIN tying to the business. Then they're going to put in their business address. And they're going to put in their social security number. Then their home address. If they have multiple businesses, they can submit them here by clicking yes. How many businesses would they like to submit? You can put the number there or no. And then that's it. All set. Let's continue. And guys, right from there, as the video mentioned, it's going to pre-populate the 8821 form for the business. So they're just going to sign it right here for the business. Bam. And then up's going to pop this where it's like, please note, this may look like the same thing's flashing, but it's not. This one's for the personal because we need 2 8821 forms. So then go down here and they sign the personal one. And that's it, guys. They'll get a thank you screen. They'll get an email where they can log in and see the status of the filing the same way that you're going to be able to log in and see the status of their filing. And it's that simple. That's the job. That's your role. It's to get restaurants to fill out that form. How simple was that? I don't even think that took us 10 minutes. Now, once they fill out their submission, what's great is you're going to be able to go in here to clients and you'll be able to see now that you've got a client in your back office. As you can see here, we've got Good Burger, right? You can go in, you can click and see it, see the whole filing. Everything's in here, notes as that filing goes through the process, guys. And once their refund is calculated by the CPAs, you'll actually be able to see right here ahead of time what's coming back. You know, once those CPAs do the amendments to the taxes, you'll actually be able to see the credit amount. And what's really important is they've got 3 things back here that are 3 green bubbles. If you hover over them, you can see that's the merchant agreement, the 8821 for the business, and the 8821 for the personal. You know, so let's say one of your clients, you know, didn't listen to the instructions that popped up on that screen and they clicked out early. That's okay. You can actually just re-email them out, you know, by clicking them, clicking actions. Oh, sorry. Actually, I can't see it, but usually there's a yellow envelope actually right here that if any of these weren't done, the bubbles would not be green. They would be red. And you'll be able to click this little yellow envelope that pops up here and send them a reminder straight to their email, because the first page captures the client's email and say, hey, you forgot to sign your personal, and give them a little nudge. And that's it, guys. That's the process. That's your role. That's your job. That's everything that you need to know in a nutshell in terms of the tax filing. As I mentioned, there's an extensive knowledge base back here that you can go through. It's got articles that really goes into the nitty-gritty. If you want to nerd out, and we're going to be going over this in some of the trainings. As I mentioned, we'll be holding 2 trainings a week starting at the end of January. It's going to go over sales training in here, qualifying questions, objections, my current accountant hasn't mentioned this credit, right? Things that we hear. So really take the time once you onboard, once you fill out your agreement, once you get into your system, to come back here, guys, and read through all these different tabs in your knowledge base. Additionally, we've put together a couple of resources for you guys. We've got the Advisor Resource Hub and the Getting Started Guide. I highly recommend, a lot of people, when you're starting out a new job, you're wondering, well, how do I get started? Have no fear. We've put together a Getting Started Guide for you guys. This is your step-by-step document that's going to get you plugged in, ready to go. First and foremost, this call will be posted probably right here. The last one was on December 4th before the holiday. Actually, I think it was a little bit later than that, but we'll update that link. And we put together various YouTube videos that you can go and check out that go through tip credit, everything in its entirety. So if you need a refresher from tonight's call, you can go through that. If you need to know how to master your back office, onboarding a new restaurant, like we just went over, client management, how to print your flyers. Speaking of flyers, marketing materials or materials to equip you guys with tools to speak to your restaurant are very important. So let's talk about what that looks like, right? If you click right here, you'll see we put together a series of tools and we continue to add tools. We get a video that shows you how to customize and print these tools, whether they're at home at your at-home printer, your local library, Staples, FedEx, or directly on Canva. We've got 3 tools right now that you guys can use that come in handy. We've got the single page flyer. This works great for hanging it up at your local community. You put your QR code right there so restaurants can just scan it and submit their filings. We've got the trifold flyer. You can print these out on a standard printer paper, fold them in 3s, or if you don't feel like folding them and you want them directly delivered to your doorstep, you can order them right here inside Canva. If you guys don't have Canva, you can get a free account. Doesn't cost you anything. And we've also got the business cards. Same thing here, guys. You can print them right out here, get them delivered to your doorstep, or you can bring these files to your local Staples, CVS, FedEx, Kinko's, and print them right up yourself. And now you have business cards to be able to go out and hit the streets in your role. We've also put together a resource hub, as I mentioned. In that resource hub, there's marketing materials. In that resource hub, there's training materials, like the objection handling guide. Although that's also in your Tip Credit Partners back office, we went a little bit more in depth to help you guys overcome some of the most common objections. 8 pages of goodness here. Read through it. Get comfortable speaking about the objections that you may overcome. One of the biggest objections is, you know what? I already filed for this. Well, that's great, but our CPA has actually heard that objections before. Fun fact, one business thought they had already filed for it, and we were able to get them an extra $21,000 back. Our CPAs have a proprietary method and the experience in the industry that sometimes gets restaurants back additional funds that they didn't know about, regardless if they already filed. So even though somebody's like, hey, we've already filed something like this, it's not necessarily an automatic walk out the door. What have they got to lose? 15 minutes to fill out the form. Let's see if you file. Let's see if you qualify for some more. You want some more money? We got the restaurant conversion script suite. This talks you how to walk in, right? Hey there, how's your day going? quick question. Is the owner or the general manager in right now? What's it about? It's about an IRS refund program for restaurants. Just a 30-second conversation, right? This goes through, guys, step by step, how you can talk, whether you're on the phone, whether you're walking in person, the top 5 objections, whether you're texting real quick. A lot of family and friends own restaurants, guys. Food and beverage establishments are the #1 business in America. There are more food and beverage establishments than any other business type in the United States. So chances are you got people that you know that may own restaurants. Send them a text. We've done the legwork for you here. We've got the power pitch sheet. And we've got a lot more resources that are coming online each and every week. Make sure you bookmark this Advisor Resource Hub. You can find this Advisor Resource Hub by going to tipsii.co/advisor. And that is it. There's not much more to it. This is how you get started as an advisor. Super simple process. And we're looking forward to 2026. We're looking forward to building a team of people that grows by the day. Right now, we've got about 50 of you guys out there doing the good work. And that number continues to grow as our leaders all over the country continue to bring in advisors, especially now that we've wrapped up the holiday. And I don't want to keep you guys any longer than we have to. It's 39 minutes tonight, nice and easy. It's no need to overcomplicate it. And you guys saw we already signed up a restaurant and it's been less than an hour. And not only that, you get a whole training on how to get onboarded and how to get plugged into the Tipsii ecosystem. So I'll gonna open it up for Q&A, open it up for questions. If anybody has any, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Come off mute. I see there's a lot of questions maybe in there already, so I'm going to kind of go through it. Are the filers in our back office? I have looked and do not see them. Oh, I think I found them, said somebody. How do I get into the back office for Tipsii? Tipsii itself does not have a back office, guys. Tipsii is our brand, our group of advisors and leaders that has partnered directly with Tip Credit Partners to bring this to the world, or specifically the United States. So there is no back office for Tipsii. All of your back office stuff is going to be found in your Tip Credit Partners back office. That's a good question. However, we are going to be coming up with custom Tipsii pages where you can have your profile picture listed and it can bring people directly to the filing. Guys, if you go to the main Tipsii page, or the About Us page, rather, you can kind of see a preview of what we're putting together. So we're going to have a page similar that looks like this, but instead of this lovely lady here taking orders, we're going to put your face there as an advisor. I think we're going to charge around $50 for these pages, but you'll be able to make your own page where your name is, where your picture's here, and where your clients can just go directly to, let's say, tipsii.co/Brian/Steve/Mary. And, your picture will be here. They'll be able to go down, be able to see our fund marketing, see what the average is, right? Get your email in here. We're going to change it up a little bit from the About Us page, but we're in the process of making custom pages for all of our advisors and leaders that you'll be able to send directly to your clients so that you have a high-end customizable experience, for your clients. One of the reasons why we created the Tipsii page in the first place is because the Tip Credit Partners, although we love them and we're very appreciative of the pages that they created, right now, if you want, you go in your back office, you can send them an information page, right? As an advisor, you can copy this information page right here, send this directly to your clients. And this is your own page /GT25. That's, that's this page. It's not really personal to your name. They just have random numbers that are put in there. And this page is yours. So if a client clicks get started, it brings them directly to your intake form. And you're more than happy to do that right now as an advisor. You're able to send them directly to your own replicated page and your own replicated intake form by going to your back office. But as I said, in the future, very near future here, before January is over, we'll have customizable pages where this is tipsy.co/Steve/Mary/Joseph. Getting biblical up in here tonight. And then when they click get started on tipsy.co/Joseph, it's going to go directly to Joseph's intake form so that your businesses can get started. So guys, that's coming up soon. Just to give, again, our restaurants, our clients, a world-class experience, a top, executive level designed web page that really does convert and really does check all the boxes to give them that world-class red carpet experience. Because as much as we love the Tip Credit Partners replicated page, it does do the tricks. It's great. It's got a calculator. We're going to put in the calculator over on our page, replicated pages as well. It's got the FAQs. We've got those over on ours as well. But it's not really, there's no images. Marketing isn't really our partners at Tip Credit Partners aren't really the best at marketing. But Tipsii is a team of highly skilled marketers and leaders that have been in the industry for a collective 20 years plus doing what we do. And we know what it takes to create a highly converting business experience for our clients. So we are putting together a world-class page for all of you guys to have access to, as well as our social media accounts will be coming online in the first quarter of this year, and so much more. Our blogs will be starting to release. Our case studies for some of our restaurants that have already received back refunds are going to start to pop in down here in the case studies. That Texas Roadhouse I spoke about, we got a sushi restaurant, $500,000 back. A group of Domino's, 17 Domino's. I think they're getting 1.9 million back amongst all 17 Domino's. And we'll start to highlight and showcase some of those case studies, testimonies, testimonial videos, clients holding up checks, you name it. We got all those coming online first quarter of 2026. All right, guys, what other questions can I answer for you guys? Feel free to pop them in the chat. Come off mute.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Mark.
Good evening.
Good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So, yeah, always a great presentation. Just a question. I was wondering, have you heard through the grapevine if there's going to be any other businesses or companies that you might have heard of that are going to also be doing the same thing, or do you know of anybody? I mean, have you heard of anything at all that's going to be doing something like this, Brian? Just curious.
Yeah, great question, Mark. We have actually. There's several competitors in the marketplace. Tip Credit Partners is well aware of them. They are behind us. I'll tell you that much in terms of
Okay, good.
how many filings they have. And as I mentioned, it's a 91% market. So we're out there and hitting it hard, and we're hitting the streets. And this is just the beginning. If you come on as a Tipsii Advisor, or if you're one of our Tipsii leaders, I'm sure we'll be not only hitting this initiative hard, but one of the things about us, and I'm sure you know this, Mark, is we're all a family here, and we roll together. And this is just the first chapter. And if this is your first chapter with us, of many more to come, of job opportunities, income producing activities that can take whoever to whatever desired level they choose. But great question. I also see another question came through the chat here. How do you get a QR code? Thanks, Mark. Somebody asked, how do you get a QR code? like this, free QR code. Type it in Google. There's about 1 million web pages that will do it for you. And all you do is go to one of the web pages, enter the URL that you want, google.com, name the QR code, link, and bam, you've got a QR code. Doesn't cost anything. There's 1 million different sites that do it. Pick your favorite one. Try to find one that allows you to do a circle QR code, because a lot of our different marketing materials will have a circle spot empty here in Canva for you to put the image. And we go over exactly how to place those images in our YouTube video that shows you how to customize and print your marketing materials. This says trifold flyer. However, the same process applies for all marketing materials. So this is a good video to watch to be able to print your marketing materials. We had a couple people that said they didn't like the audio or the music in the background of the training videos. Just mute your videos. All of our videos have subtitles, so you're able to read the subtitles and follow along if you're one of those people that can't listen to music while you're watching a training video. Alrighty. How do you find the flyers, says Jose. Jose, you can find the flyers in your back office. No, I'm sorry, in your Advisor Resource Hub. The Advisor Resource Hub not only is posted up in our WhatsApp chat pretty regularly. If you haven't joined that, get that link from your leader. But in the Getting Started guide, we've got the marketing materials document right here. This Getting Started guide really is your one-stop shop for everything. You just go into that section with the customized flyers and business cards, click that doc right there. It brings you directly to all of the links for your flyers and your business cards. If you need the link for the Advisor Resource Hub, I just dropped it in the chat. Alrighty. Jose, feel free to shoot me out directly a message in the chat. If you're not in the chat, shoot me a text message. Or if the person's not answering that invited you, shoot me a text, dropped it in the chat for you, and we'll get you squared away. Get you plugged into the resources, get you plugged into the materials. All right, guys. Well, we're coming up on the hour. Lots of great questions tonight. Any others? See, people are excited. We're all excited. Getting ready for 2026. Now that the holidays are over, it's time to make 2027 in 2026 and 2027 and 2028 epic. I know we get about 2 or 3 years, guys, on these filings. This is a limited opportunity. So if you're here now, you're here at the very first of a few thousand filings that have come through out of hundreds of thousands of, even millions of food and beverage establishments all over the country that qualify, guys. We can go out and get our piece of the pie as a Tipsii Advisor. Thanks for joining the onboarding workshop. We'll be here next Wednesday at 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be launching the training schedule in our WhatsApp chat. Thank you so much to everybody that came out this evening. Wishing everybody much love and gratitude. And until next time, take care.
Thank you, Brian.
See you, everybody.
Bye.